Welcome to the Lab 2 Temperature and Albedo Lab Description. For parts 1 and 2 of the lab, you'll be using your weekly weather observations and weekly weather report. Please check out the weekly weather observations video for more information about this part of the lab as well as future labs. For the sun angle and solar intensity part of the lab, you're given data that was collected for you and have a description and image showing what the experiment entailed. You will use the data provided in your spreadsheet to calculate the percent intensity at each sun angle and then create a graph showing how intensity changes with sun angle and add a best fit line to the graph. There are instructions in the lab on how to do this, as well as an intro video to Excel. This part of the lab also involves completing the sun angle table. You will first measure sun angles for the locations in the seasonal sun angle table on the globe images in your lab. So here are the figures, and you'll measure the sun angle at each location. So these are different orientations of the Earth's axis depending on the season. Once you measure these angles, you will then use the best fit line on your graph to get the percent intensity for each sun angle you measured on the sun angle table. You will then use this information to answer the questions in your lab. For the temperature and albedo part of the lab, you'll be conducting an experiment at home. Some options for surfaces could be the actual material, like sand, rock, pavement. You could also use vegetation, actual plants, ice from your freezer. If you don't have these materials, you could also use paper, so white, black, green, or you could use fabric of the same colors, white, black, and green. So what you want to do is take your thermometer out of your lab kit, put your surfaces in the sun. Ideally, you do them all at the same time. If it's not sunny, you could use a heat lamp or a regular lamp, and let it sit in that sunny window. Take measurements every 5 minutes for an hour and enter it into your Excel spreadsheet online. If you want extra credit, you can run it longer. You can also turn the light off part way. There are more instructions for extra credit in your lab if you wish. Once you have your data, you can then construct one graph showing how the 3 different surfaces change temperature over time. You can be running this experiment and working on other parts of the lab at the same time. Students often set a timer for 5 minutes on their phone and then go back and collect the data that they need while working on other portions. For the heat capacity part of the lab, the experiment has already been run for you and the data can be found in the provided Excel spreadsheet. This experiment involved 2 flasks, one with sand, one with water. Measurements were taken every 5 minutes for almost 3 hours. The light was switched on just as the first measurement was collected and then turned off around halfway through the experiment. Your graph that you make from this data should have 2 lines labeled appropriately, one for sand, one for water. Please use this graph to answer the questions in your lab. As usual, please email me or come to virtual office hours if you have any questions at all.